which is fine. She was just basically saying the door is slightly, not even slightly, like so, like it's minuscule, ajar, but she is still willing to get to know you.
To be fair, at the end of the day, like.
I told you guys, right? I told you guys, right? I told you this was going to happen, okay? You don't laugh too early when there's a war going on just because you won the battle, okay? We're talking to you guys about Kaz and Tyler and how Tyler is enacting wars, you know, entering into the dark arts to try and defeat Kaz, okay? He don't really want Kaz. He just wants to defeat her. Okay, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of what uploads. For those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals, you got the minerals. Listen, stay hydrated. Listen, don't forget to like, grab your bottle down below. Stay hydrated, okay? Listen, in the summer, in the winter, it's all good, baby. Hot, cold, it does all you need to do, baby, okay? Listen, send it back to the manufacturer, okay? When they're moving mad, send them back to the manufacturer. So I'm wearing this top today for you guys. Okay, cool. I want to talk to you guys today about, you know, dark arts once more. Talking about Tyler's movements and what they are, okay? But before we do, let's get a little outro going before we get the conversation flowing. Little black hood, you know what time it is. Yes, guys. Hey, guys, and welcome again. We're talking to you guys obviously about the Kaz and the Tyler situation. Now, if you guys aren't aware, you know, I also about dark arts. If you don't know what dark arts is, here it is again. As always, I need to really change this definition. It's tactics used in dating to get what you want via the usage of manipulation. Okay, tactics. Okay, used in dating to get what you want by the usage of manipulation. Now listen, a lot of us use dark arts. We're just not aware it's dark arts, right? It's almost like having white magic and black magic. A lot of us use, I'm doing white magic and it's not as destructive. My friend, you are still doing magic, okay? And they're from the same source, all right? So we're talking about dark arts. The dark arts. So we're gonna go rewind this tape a little bit, okay? And I'm gonna let you know what you're actually seeing right in front of you, okay? Tyler's going to pull a conversation with Matthew. Now, I told you guys in the last video that I did. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I spoke about the specific Tyler completely. The only way to win a battle is to stay away from Tyler completely, okay? Now, when you don't stay away from Tyler, what's going to happen is that you're going to open the door for him to come in. And that's precisely what he did. The moment he came to Matthew, because she has not assured Tyler essentially the way she needs to, there is going to be room for him to enter. Let's watch a bit of the video.
I didn't get to have that chat with Kaz before the recovery, which is fine. She was just basically saying the door is slightly, not even slightly, like so, like it's minuscule, ajar.
That in itself right there, he said, oh, the door is open slightly. What you have to understand about men is this. We're not going to allow you to treat us like a dickhead, okay? And we're not going to allow our ego to be bruised, and we're not going to allow our pride to be rubbed into the ground and spat upon. Now, if women had the same level of pride and ego that we had, which I think they do, but to a certain extent, if they did, they would also not allow some of the behaviors that they see from us, okay? The moment Matthew gets a conversation with Tyler, and Tyler speaks to him about how that door's slightly open, Matthew's mind as a man, how it's working is this: if I'm not a dickhead and I'm not a beta male, trust and believe that when he comes to tell me now that you are still got a chance of getting in, I'm not going to allow myself to be in a space to be mugged off. Yeah, doesn't make no sense. Why would I stay in a situation with Kaz knowing that she potentially could mug me off? As a man, we will never have it. I always say this, you need to have a level of pride about you, okay? A level of shame about you, that you will never have that. That this level of shame stops you from doing mad stuff, right? And this is what men often have. So we don't allow this stuff oftentimes to happen to us because there's a level of shame and pride about us. Now, the moment that Tyler comes to speak to Matthew, Matthew's considering, you know, the future. He's considering that another male has to come and tell him that the girl that he's feeling, or the girl that he's even talking to, okay, whether he feels her, whether he likes her, whether Kaz is not, I mean, she's not fully there with him. Therefore, there's an opportunity for him to have egg on his face. As a man, that chance cannot be taken here. okay? Because they already have a prior relationship. If this is a girl that we're really trying to feel and we're both going for a fresh new girl, fair enough. But the girl already has priors and history with this man. This is more than likely going to end with egg on your face. So obviously, he's not going to go forward. Number two, Kaz did not reassure him. I told you about this and the dark arts. And I'm seeing on Twitter, I'm seeing some things like, how come Kaz can't do what the white women are doing? Are you mad? We said the exact same thing about them too. If you're playing a man or you're playing a girl, we've called them out. Let's not do this thing about because the person's black and he can't do it. No. We're calling them all out. Okay? When you decide to move in the dark arts, we're calling you all out. All right? Now, Kaz used Matthew as a pawn. Okay? She was using Matthew as a pawn. This is why she could wink at man's iron ting. You understand? That's why she could wink. This is what a pawn means. A pawn means using a third party to wage war sacrificially to capture the king or the queen. Who's the king or the queen in the situation? Tyler was. It was to keep distance between herself and Tyler, and it also was as well about making sure that Tyler can't get back in easily. And we already know she wasn't fully convinced by Tyler, by Matthew. And I said this in my last review. I said, the moment he said to her, why are you really having a conversation with me when you know you're with Matthew? I already knew the war was not over and he was going to use dark arts. And then we look up and what do we see? Dark arts. Okay? All right? He's been using dark arts for a very long time and now he's using it, right? Okay? So here's the thing. I want to bring one of the moves about the dark arts, right? Here's one of the moves. Counterattack. It's one of the 33 strategies of war, okay? Turning the tables to draw your opponent in and second mover advantage, all right? Now, at the very beginning of the last episode, we saw Kaz winking, thinking she had got my man. She did. She won him. She won that battle, right? But what Tyler did was, okay, I'm going to counter your move now, and I'm going to come at you in a different way. And then he used another war strategy. If you know Sun Tzu, I think that's what it is, 33 strategies of war. He used another one by going, destroy from within, undermine the opponent's morale, exploit the disaffected, or work in the inner circle, okay? A bit like Trojan horse thingy, right? Now look at this. Let's just go back and watch it a little bit.
Like, it's minuscule, ajar, but she is still willing to get to know you.
To be fair, at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Like, kind of came out of the blue. I felt.
So what has Tyler done here? He's counterattacked Kaz. He's waiting for the move. He's hit her back, and then what he's also done is made sure he's working from within. He didn't go to Kaz. He realized he can't. He's tried hitting Kaz from the front. It's not working. I'm gonna hit you from the back. Okay. I'm gonna get your weak link in your team. Okay. Actually, this is another technical war move by using the weak link of your team. Right. It's specifically spotting a weak point in your structure and hitting it, right? And making sure that you hit points that are going to shatter the opponent's defense. That's what we've seen. Sorry about that, guys. All right, that's what he's done. This is what we call the dark arts. This is what we call the dark arts, okay? When you do that, all right? And so let's play a little bit more of the clip and you see what I'm going to talk about. Look what's going to happen.
Like, it was more just me and her, you know? There's a few things that I need to iron out with her.
Now, what's happened? He's got in here. Tyler has got right in Matthew's head. And here's the problem. Because Kaz did not assure the boat and she kept the back door open because she really wanted Tyler and she kept the back door open, didn't fully commit to Matthew, right? And she didn't have to say, Matthew, I'm feeling you, I've got all feelings for you. All she had to say was, Matthew, I'm closing the door in the Tyler chapter. I'm not having it anymore, right? I know that we're still trying to get to know each other and it's still fresh, but I wanna have that fresh, clean state with you and I had to get to know you. Didn't do that, and I said in the last episode when she was sitting on the beanbag asking for him to give 100%, and now people are complaining about the fact that Matthew said that it's not deep. Yeah, but bruv, they've both said things because they're both using each other, right? I could say Matthew in the sense of at least probably would wait till the right person comes into the villa. Maybe, I don't know. We can't say that for 100% sure. We haven't seen any de facto behavior from him. All we've seen is how he's changed since Tyler came into the villa, right? He's not felt secure. There should have been assurances made from Kaz to Matthew to keep him assured. But she didn't do that. So now when other information comes in, it's a confirmational bias that, hey, I'm not assured by Kaz. Maybe she's not really feeling me. right? So now he's going to have a conversation because it's been infiltrating his mind. He's going to have a conversation with Kaz. This is a planting of seeds of doubt in the mind of Matthew to go and do what a Trojan horse does. Okay? Let's see this.
Being told through Tyler is not ideal because it makes me think, would you actually have told me?
Now, here's the thing. One thing that he's brought up is, would you have told me about the door being open to Tyler at the time? No, she didn't, right? She didn't say it, right? She didn't tell him. The problem here is she got caught. That's the only thing, right? Because most of the women do this, right? Most men and women do this, right? They have a back door open, but they don't tell the other person. Right? Kaz unfortunately just said one thing too much by saying the door is open for him. She should have said the door is shut. And if he decided to keep knocking, that's different. But she told him the door is slightly ajar, it's open for him. And because of that, okay, now Tyler uses that against her and badam. And now Matthew, being a pawn, has woken up to the fact that he is a pawn. And because he feels disrespected, he's not trying to be a pawn no more. Okay? He's trying to be the rookie or the king. He ain't trying to be the pawn anymore. At first, it was okay when he felt like she wasn't going to go anywhere. But now it feels like she may potentially go back to Tyler. I'm going to look like a mook. I'm not going to be a pawn. This is the game. This is the dark arts, man. This is the dark arts. You know what I mean? Right? Let's listen again.
I literally just said.
But are you still giving me 100%? Because I'm...
try.
Are you still giving me 100%? I'm gonna try. And that's not a confident answer right there. The trouble with this is the game is rigged, right? The game is always rigged. Here's why the game is rigged. Women can't get away with what men get away with. Yeah? The game is rigged because emotion, especially with women, how they process emotions, how they process information. If you play this game the same way the man does, you're more than likely not going to win. You have to play it a different way. That's the trouble. You have to play it a different way. And so, you know, Kaz obviously having a pawn in her back pocket, it's now backfiring on her. Okay? I want to remind you, let's not forget that Kaz was saying, who else has Matthew got to focus on except me? I'm not going to adjudicate. I'm not about to free her because she's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to do that. The game is a game. If you play the game, you can get burnt if you play the game, right? It's that simple. She didn't shut the door. It's coming back on her now, and now we're in a situation, okay? Now, let's listen a little bit more to what the clip is saying.
Well, that's probably not good enough.
I mean, you told me things aren't that deep between us, Matt, so how am I supposed to work with that information?
Now, when he says, obviously, things are not that deep between us two, does that mean leave the door open for your ex? If he had said, do you know what, things ain't not that deep for me and you, and I'm potentially got an open door with Mabel, I've got an open door with Mary, would you be talking the way you're talking right now? So that's why I can't buy what the audience are now saying on Twitter because we want to protect the black women. Listen, I'm here to protect black women all the time, but let's not cut in some bullcrap, man. Listen, let's not do that. Him saying to you, it's not that deep just yet, okay, does not mean keep the back door open for your ex ting. It does not mean that. And then when I decide I'm not comfortable and I'm not comfortable here anymore, you also can't get vexed at me because you haven't given me no assurance. I said this in the last video. Right? The same thing that Kaz is complaining about Tyler. She wanted Matthew to give her absolutely cuddles and all that stuff and give him that affection, right? She wanted that from him. When she already did not make him feel assured. And now we're here, and now Tyler's telling him things as well. Of course his head's going to be spun. If you want to win war, you're going to have to do war things, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get grimy and you're going to have to get dirty. It's that real. Yeah? It's the dark arts for a reason, baby. Dark arts for a reason, baby. I want to ask you this in. I forgot to mention this as a war tactic. Communication. Penetrate the mind. Occupy their mind with words and actions. That's exactly what Tyler did. Now, I don't like Tyler, what he did. But listen, I'm just giving you the war tactics. These are some of the things that the people do. Infiltrate their communication. Penetrate the mind, okay, with words and actions. Now Matthew can't get it out of his head that that there's a back door open. He can't get rid of it. He can't forget it now.
You know what, screw this for a second. I need to cool down because you're pissing me off.
Islanders, please.
And now, obviously, you know, Matthew's a bit pissed off because, like I said, no man wants to be mugged off. The moment they feel like they're being mugged off, they are going to be violent in their approach. Okay, they're not going to have it. Okay, let's have a look at this. What's happening here? I want to show you something. Okay, I want to show you something. Okay, look here. Oh, crap. I want you to pay attention. Kaz is leaning on Jake's shoulder. Okay, who's beside her? Matthew. So whatever beef they have, this does not end. This is not ended. Even when they go to the very end and they have to see who their favorite couple is, it's not ended, right? So as they're talking, watch this clip.
Paul, those with the fewest votes risk being dumped from the island tonight.
Kaz is pissed, right? She's annoyed, right? She's annoyed because now everything's falling off around her, and I feel for her. In this capacity, I do feel for her because, like I said, it's like the game is rigged. Do you understand? No matter, especially as a black woman, the options are few. You understand? But like I said, this is unfortunately when they say black people have to work 2 times harder. It's the exact same thing for black women. Maybe not even 2 times, maybe a bit more. But they almost have to be perfect. You almost have to play a perfect game, and unfortunately, she didn't play the perfect game. I'm only just exposing the reality of the game. Look, I appreciate that there should be more options on the table in terms of the fact that there should be more leg room for her to do as her colleagues are doing, right? But we already know as black people, it doesn't work like that for us, right? Now, as I said, like now she's annoyed because it's left her spare, right? And that hand that's consoling her is Jake's. I had to look back through it to make sure it's Jake's hands consoling her, okay, not Matthew's, okay. So what Kaz wanted from Matthew originally was that I want you to care, I want you to like and now he's telling you, listen, are you gonna give me 100%? And you're saying maybe. Sis, you should have locked down the hatchet. Told him, listen, don't worry about old boy. I'm not going back there. But the thing is, Kaz has left it open. She's left it open. So we cannot give her a pass because she's still playing the game. She wants to have choices, right? If I'm slewing Tyler for dark moves and dark arts for keeping choices open, I gotta get at Kaz too. You're keeping options open. You evidently have not assured Matthew the way you need to, okay? This is what I'm trying to say. Look, the whole of this game is a game show, and it is the dark arts. It is what it is, baby. Listen, I'm going to leave you there. If you disagree with what I say, comment down below. If you agree with what I'm saying, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Do you believe Kaz is in the wrong? Do you think Matthew's in the wrong? Do you think Tyler's in the wrong? All I'm going to say is Tyler said, listen, game time shot winner, I'm going to destroy you from within. That's what he's done to do. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you guys soon, baby. You know what time